When you hear millionaire, you probably picture someone in a very nice suit with a high-paying job. You usually won't think of a waiter, a security guard, or even a janitor. But here's the thing, a lot of millionaires don't look like what you'd expect. A regular job doesn't always mean a regular financial future. CNBC shared a story about 3 janitors who became self-made millionaires, and the most surprising one was a man named Ronald Reed. And I do have the article pulled up here from CNBC. I'll link it in the description if you would like to read it. But Ronald spent most of his life working as a gas station attendant and a janitor. No fancy title, no viral business, no big inheritance, just an ordinary life. And yet, when he passed away in 2014, people who knew him were stunned to learn that he had quietly built an investment portfolio worth nearly $8 million. Welcome back to No Nonsense, powered by NerdWallet, where we drop the act and give you all the facts. I'm your host, Steven Smith. Today, I'm going to break down 4 important things that you need to understand if you want to build real wealth and put yourself on path to becoming a millionaire, even if you're on a low salary. And real quick, a disclaimer before we go any further, I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This video is for education and entertainment, so always do your own research and make sure that your decisions fit your situation. And if you've ever felt like your job title automatically disqualified you from building real wealth, then hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss the videos that prove that idea is completely wrong over and over again. Most people hear a story like Ronald Reed's and assume there must have been some trick. Maybe he picked the perfect stock. Maybe he had insider information, or maybe he bought Bitcoin in 2010 because a time traveler told him to. But Ronald's real superpower was way less dramatic and way more available to the rest of us. He lived within his means, he invested consistently, and he stayed patient. That was it. And yes, I know that sounds too simple, but simple and easy are not the same thing. Flossing your teeth, very simple. Doing it every day for decades is the part that separates the winners from the people with one tooth and a dream. So let's talk about those things that you need to know to build real wealth. The first thing we need to talk about is being frugal. Now, people hear the word frugal and think cheap, like reusing paper towels, but that's not what we're talking about here. Frugality, the way that I want you to think about that, is making sure that every dollar has a job. It's being intentional. It's choosing what matters and cutting what doesn't. And when you have lower income, frugality is the strategy that creates the gap between what you earn and what you keep. Here's a small personal example. I like to use Uber Eats, but only if there's a deal. So if I can get an iced coffee for, let's say, 50% off instead of paying double or triple, I'm going to do that. The savings might be small, but the habit is big because it shows up everywhere else. It trains your brain to ask, is there a smarter way to do this? And here's the wild part. Becoming a millionaire is often more about how much you keep than how much you make. I have a friend who makes an insane income. On paper, he looks like the poster child for wealth, but behind the scenes, he's stretched thin. A massive mortgage, multiple car payments, and a spending habit that moves like a sprinkler system. High income, no reserves. Meanwhile, someone earning far less can still build serious wealth if they save a high percentage of what they bring in. Your savings rate is the engine. Your income is the fuel. More fuel helps, sure, but even a small engine can go far if it runs efficiently. Our second thing will be invest aggressively. And I don't mean gambling on random stocks. I mean investing early, investing consistently, and treating it like a bill that you pay every single month. If you invest even a few $1,000s a year and keep doing it for decades, the math starts working in your favor. The earlier you start, the more time compounding has to do its thing. Let's put some real numbers on it. Imagine you invest $3,700 per year, which is roughly 10% of the average janitor's salary in the US. If you earn about 7% annually, which is historically in the ballpark of what you get from a broad index like the S&P 500 over long stretches of time, your ending balance depends massively on one thing: when you start. Now, let's move this over to our NerdWallet calculator. Let's say that you start at age 18 and you invest $3,700 per year. by the age of 65, your ending balance will be around $1.3 million. Now, if you start at, let's say, 25, that number drops to about 790,000. And if you start at age 35, you're down to around 365,000 to 378,000. And if you start even later at 45 or 55, you'll end up with balances around $155,000 and $51,000. That right there is the cost of waiting, and it's brutal. People treat investing like a someday goal, but the math treats it like a pay now or pay later situation. Starting early isn't a motivational poster idea. It can literally mean hundreds of thousands of dollars of a difference. And that's also why Ronald Reed's story is so powerful. He likely started investing relatively young, and he stayed invested for an extremely long time. He didn't stop at 65. He lived until he was 92, and that means he had an additional 27 years of compounding from age 65 to 92, which brings us to part 3. The other side of investing aggressively is that the amount you invest matters. So in the example that we just used, investing $3,700 per year could realistically get you to around $1.3 million by 65 if you start at 18 years old. But if you can invest $5,000, $7,000, or even $8,000 per year, you'll compound much faster than that person who stayed under $4,000. The good news is that usually becomes more realistic over time as your income grows. Even people with low salaries can gradually increase their investment with raises, promotions, bonuses, or by adding extra income on the side, and we'll get into that soon. This is also why people love talking about Warren Buffett. Everyone talks about how wealthy he is, and yes, he's a fantastic investor, but what many people don't realize is how much of his wealth came later in life. In fact, Warren Buffett made 99% of his net worth after his 65th birthday, and his current net worth is somewhere around $140 billion. And while he certainly earned his reputation, his persistence, consistency, and the fact that he's been investing since he was around 11 years old and has lived to be 95, that plays huge factors behind his wealth. Now, we can discuss the fourth thing, income streams. Now, if you're building wealth on a lower salary, adding additional income streams can speed up the entire journey. Not because you need to grind yourself into dust, but because extra income gives you more investing power. Many wealthy people have more than one stream of income, and that can include your job, investment income, interest income from savings, rental income, side hustle income, or even a small business. Let's make it practical. Earned income is your job. Investment income comes from owning assets like index funds or dividend-paying stocks. Interest income will come from things like a high-yield savings account. Rental income can be from a property or even renting out a room. Any side income can come from a skill you build after work or on the weekends. The point isn't to do all of these things at once. The point is to start with one, stabilize it, add another, because even an extra few $100s a month when invested consistently can change your entire future. So, can you become a millionaire on a low salary? The answer is yes. Is it easy? No. It takes discipline, patience, and a willingness to live differently than the people around you. But the payoff is not just money. The payoff is peace, options, and the ability to stop stressing every time life throws a surprise bill at you. Ronald Reed became wealthy by being consistent. He proved that you don't need a prestigious job to build a prestigious net worth. You just need a plan, and you need to stick with it. Now, if you got value from this and you want more content like this, then please subscribe to No Nonsense. We're building a community of people who want real results. Drop a comment and tell me which part you need to work on the most. Spending intentionally, investing consistently, staying patient, or building extra income streams. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.